Hello everyone, my name is Gwang and today our team will introduce Korea drinking culture, which is very important. A month ago, when I came to KAIST, I decided to join ISO, International Student Organization. We planned an event for international students, which introduced Korean 포장마차 culture. 포장마차 is Korean traditional outdoor bar, and I could meet many international students in there. With drinking, I had lots of conversation with them, and one of my friends told me something very interesting. Before he came to Korea, he decided Korea because of internet games. However, he said that he could find more attractive part of Korea, which is drinking culture. Other international students told me that drinking culture is even more attractive than these things. I thought that foreign people can have deep understanding in Korean culture, while they learn about Korean drinking culture. So, I decided to introduce Korean drinking culture in this time. We prepared these contents, and from now, Yeji will introduce Korean traditional liquor.
Hello, I'm going to talk about Korean traditional liquor. There are many Korean traditional liquor, such as 쌀 막걸리, soju, and 청하, being sold in the market. This liquor can be classified into two parts: fermented liquor and distilled liquor, by the way filtering the liquor as this diagram shows. Let's talk about Dongdongju first. Dongdongju has 6 to 10% alcohol content. We can make Dongdongju with hard-boiled rice, yeast, and water. We have to ferment them and scoop up the upper part. It is very similar to Takju, but it includes grains of rice. Then, let's move on Takju, formerly called Turbid rice wine. We can make Takju by a similar method with Dongdongju, but it needs 2 more steps: mixing water and filtering 술지개미, meaning remained drugs after fermenting. Takju has lower percent alcohol content and doesn't include grains of rice. Takju is almost the same with 막걸리. Cheongju, formerly called clear rice wine, is also fermented liquor. We have to drive yongsu, a Korean traditional liquor filter, to get Cheongju. Cheongju has 13 to 19% alcohol content, and we can make yakju to put drugstuffs into Cheongju like this picture. Lastly, soju is distilled liquor. Soju is made by brewing and distilling Cheongju in sojukgori. Sojukgori means a Korean traditional vessel for filtering liquor. There is no regulation on alcohol content of it. Now, I'd like to turn it over to Jiyoon.
Okay, I'll talk about the courtesies in Korean drinking. Courtesy is considered very important in Okay, I'll talk about the courtesies in Korean drinking. Courtesy is considered very important in Korea, so it's important to know these before going to a Korean drinking party. I divided this in 4 parts: when pouring, when toasting, when drinking, and others. I'll talk about the courtesies in pouring. First, you should hold the bottle with your right hand and slightly put your left hand on your right arm. This was originated from hanbok, our Korean traditional clothes. Hanbok has very large sleeves, so you should hold the sleeve when you're holding a bottle. Next, you should fill about 80% of the cup. Filling too much or filling too less is not a good manner. Third, you should offer seniors before yourself. Drinking before offering seniors is considered to be very rude. Now I'll talk about the courtesies in toasting. You should put your cup lower than seniors, and you should recognize 2 or 3 chants before going to a party, or else you might get lost. Then I'll talk about courtesies in drinking. First, you should hold the cup with both of your hands, not only one of your hands. Next, when your cup is being filled by a senior, you shouldn't refuse. You should try to also drink it. Next, when you're in front of a senior, you should turn around while drinking. Facing forth while drinking is considered to be very rude. Last, before you put the cup down, you should drink a draft. Now, other courtesies are when you pass a cup, you should use your right hand. You shouldn't use your left hand, or it's also considered to be rude. And you shouldn't touch edibles before drinking. And it's considered to be rude as well when you go out before the party is done. And you should never ever drink after drinking. Now I'll pass to Gukbo, who will talk about Korean drinking games.
Okay, so I will introduce Korean drinking games. Actually, drinking game is very important in Korean drinking culture. Before I start, did you know that there was a drinking game more than 1,000 years ago in Korea? This is traditional drinking game dice in Silla dynasty. Each side of this dice has the message like drink and dance. It's so interesting, and I think this is fun evidence that why people love drinking games still in Korea. I investigated 4 kinds of drinking game: hit the bottle, fortune game, quick reaction game, and killing game. At first, hit the bottle. This game is easy. Twist the wire of Soju bottle, and hit the wire one by one. Somebody who cuts wire from bottle drinks. This game is usually played in awkward mood or initiating drinking games. Next, fortune game. Fortune is most effective thing in this game. Example, the game of death. Each person points other people by using hand, and starter says random number and says number 1 to pointed person. Pointed person say number 2 to next pointed person, and on and on. Person who has to say the random number which starter said drinks. And third, quick reaction game. Reacting quickly is important in these games. The example is tofu game. Starter is center and he is 3 tofu. Left person is 2 and 1. Right is 4, 5, and he says, for instance, tofu 2, and everyone has to beat time. Now, tofu 2, the left person's turn. And he is top 3 and now. And the game goes on and on. Who missed the tempo or mistake, whose turn it is, drinks. And you can say top 3 when pass the turn to other people. This will drink too. Finally, killing game. This game's purpose is making specific person drink. There is an easy game, Baskin-Robbins 31, which is counting number until 31. But people add something special like sexy or cute. Starter has to start game sexy or cute or drink. But other people never consider it cute or sexy, so whatever starter acts, he drinks. And here is one more killing game, Grandizer. It is very interesting game, but I recommend you to play this game, knows nothing. So I will now introduce this game. Best ways to run drinking game is beyond drinking party in Korea. I hope you enjoy drinking party with these drinking games.
From now on, I'll tell you why you have to understand Korean drinking culture. There are lots of advantages if you have deep understanding. Firstly, you can know more about Korean people. For example, Koreans usually drink together with cheers, and it means Koreans think community as important value. Secondly, if you know courtesy in Korean drinking, all ages of Korean will like you. Lastly, you can learn Korean language most effectively. I think that this is the best way to learn Korean language. Then, how can you learn Korean drinking culture? Website or video clip? No, the best way to learn Korean drinking culture is participation. All Koreans are very happy to meet new drinking friends. Make many Korean friends and have fun with them. This is the end of our presentation, and thank you for listening.